Hello, ladies. This is May the 25th, 2021, and my name's Audrey McDowell, Future Executive Sales Director with Mary Kay, and we just want to welcome you to our Girls Night In here on Zoom. We are cheering for you. You are a winning team, and we're so excited that you're here. And we want to start out tonight by welcoming our guests and our new consultants. And so we have got beautiful Allie Cooper, who is wearing her Nike, my favorite sports brand to wear. You should be a Nike model. And so, yes, you should. And anyway, Allie, I am just so excited to welcome you. I know that my daughter, Megan, is your director, and she is doing a party right now with Carly in Charlotte. And so I want you to share how you met Megan. I know I was with her that night. And then just share what you're most excited about with your business and why you decided to give it a shot.
So I met you guys, Megan and Audrey, at our Deck Down Under, or no, it was on the Intercoastal area. It was down the hatch. So I met them at a restaurant, and they seemed, I was just there with a friend, Kylie, and she approached us, talking about, I noticed her lip color, Audrey, so beautiful, the pink. And
she the one who you
I just really was, she invited me to a makeover, and me and Kylie accepted my friend, and I'm just really excited, just to learn more about Mary Kay. My mom did Mary Kay back in the day, and she doesn't do it anymore, but she's looking to buy some products and maybe get back into it. And, I've been Catholic born and raised, so I'm really excited about this journey, with God and such. I'm glad it's a faith with God, and I'm just really looking forward to meeting new people around the United States, and, trying to accomplish my goals with Mary Kay. And Megan's a really great coach, and I'm just really inspired by things that she does, and I'm looking forward to meeting you guys tonight too.
Awesome, Allie. Well, I see, hey, Megan and Carly, and Megan was just teaching a class about giving her card out. So this is a beautiful example. We saw Allie and her friend, and I'm like, Megan, they're beautiful. I said, go give your card. And of course she did. And just imagine who might be on the Zoom on your team that you would have never met if you didn't give them your card. So Allie, you were like the poster child tonight. And Megan, we dived in with this because Allie's got a spin class in like 10 minutes. And so do you and Carly want to say anything? Did you want to say anything?
Sure. Sorry, we're a little late. We were doing a first steps talk with Carly's team member. But Allie, I just really love being in your space. You have just this magnetic energy when you walk into a room. You're like sunshine, and just I think people are so attracted to that. And I'm so excited for your launch party and just to build Orlando, girl. It's gonna be awesome. So thanks for hopping on, even though I know you have your class.
Yeah, no worries. And I'm glad that I met you guys, and I feel like it was a blessing.
Allie, I think you're our first Orlando consultant. You are our first. Yes, Amy, that is exciting. Go Disney World. I've got a reason to come. I'm going to come see you and Mickey. I'm excited. Okay,
yes,
awesome. Well, we welcome you, dear. Okay, Laura, do you want to unmute and hop on next?
Ladies. So I have my recruit. Her name's Carolyn Johnson.
Hello.
And I'm just so excited to have her here tonight for the first time. I love her dearly. I have worked with her for several years now. I had the privilege of being her grandson's teacher for kindergarten, and she could not have spoiled me more as a teacher or loved on me more. And it's just been a blessing to know her as a person, as a coworker, as a friend. And I just know she's a beautiful lady inside and out. I just know she's going to do a fantastic job. And she has actually brought this young lady, her name's Andrea. And she's going at it like gangbusters. Get back in here. She's doing awesome. She's a rock star. She's she's going after it, and I'm so proud of her. And I'm so happy that Andrea is here. Thank you for joining us.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, Andrea. We are an excited group. So you were brave to get on here, and Andrea is fully bilingual. And so, wow, I just hope that you will maybe consider your own Mary Kay business, because we've been praying for someone who can reach that market. And so you are in wonderful hands with Miss Carolyn and Miss Laura. What wise women. And Carolyn, I just want to welcome you to our organization. You impressed me so much at Miss Laura's first party. And I know that you have years and years of experience that you bring. You're so classy. You've got image down pat. And so we are just honored. We're just honored to have you as a part of Mary Kay Cosmetics. So I'm over here cheering for you. Yay, Miss Carolyn. Yay. Okay. Awesome. Do we have, let's see, I don't think we have any other new consultants. I do want, I'll put an Althea on the spot for 1 second. Althea is the daughter of one of my first customers, and she grew up. I've been with Mary Kay 28 years. So when she first started coming to my open house, she was a little girl and would buy like one eyeshadow with her own pocket money. It was the cutest thing. And so one day when she became 18, she decided to join Mary Kay. So she's the youngest consultant in my unit, and she's been away at college, and I'm putting her on the spot, but she'll be able to handle it. But I want you to share really quickly, Althea, how your Mary Kay business has helped you to grow personally in the time that you have been part of it.
Oh my goodness, where to start? Well, one thing is that I originally, like when I was younger, I was a very shy person. And so it was really hard for me to go up to people and get out of my comfort zone and talk to people and be like, okay, this is my business and this is how I make money, or, stuff like that. And so for me, Mary Kay gave me a place to learn how to network and learn how to become someone who goes up to people and has more conversations. And I think that's one of the most valuable things that I've learned so far.
Love it.
Yeah.
And I have heard it said that people who are really shy don't deep down inside want to stay that way. Is that true?
I think it depends on the person, but for me, yes.
It is true for you.
Yes.
Okay. Well, hey, that's pretty cool to hear that you can grow and learn. And so, ladies, I just want you to reach out to the young. If you have customers that maybe aren't interested in a Mary Kay business, but they have daughters, nieces, cousins, anybody in the millennial age group, they are young. They have uncomplicated lives, sometimes no husband, sometimes husband, many times no children, energy. They already are makeup experts because of YouTube and the world they've been raised in. They usually have some nice things that maybe some of us baby boomers did not have growing up. They grew up with them due to the helicopter baby boomers that we are. And the list goes on and on. So I want you to think about strategically as you build your team, all age groups, all ethnicities. Everybody can grow and do this. It's smart and it's exciting. So don't overlook your customers' daughters, that was a blessing. Althea contacted me. She was a little blessing. But anyway, okay. What we're going to do next, you guys, is if you sold product last week, I want you to do your little wave. I want you to wave your hand instead of a computer wave, since you're all showing, or I know Jessica's probably with baby Waylon. Okay, so that is awesome. All right, let's pump it up, ladies. And so if you, bye, Allie. Okay, so if you sold 300 or higher, we're going to do like we do with little kids in Sunday school. Hold up your three. If you did 300 or higher in sales, let's see your threes. Laura, Carly. Okay, if you did 400 up, hold up your fours. Carly, Laura. Okay. 400. This is getting exciting. Star level weeks, 300 up. Okay. 500 up. Carly. Okay. Laura is first runner up tonight. Yay, Laura, for a $400 week. Carly, you are our queen. And so, please hop up, and I mistakenly muted you. Thank you. And share what your week total was and what your top sales tip is.
I know it was over 500 something. I since we were at this party, I didn't have time to add it up. But one thing that I love to do that has been working really well is book on Sunday nights from like 5 to 7 or 4 to 8 or however much time is, just block that out, because that really sets you up for the week and everyone's home. And so then when you get them at the party, it's just a fun time and they're just excited to just bring home everything. So that really, I bring it back to bookings, honestly, because that's where your sales come from. So
yes, that is a smart booking time. I remember when I was starting out, I would call people then, and I found out the same that you did. Everybody, a lot of people are home just for that little bit of time. So very smart, Carly. So proud of you. And I know that you and Megan had to hop on after your first steps talk, but you're going to be first tonight sharing from Level Up because your name starts with A and it's alphabetical order. So this is your warning. I know you're a thinker. I need you to be ready. So, okay. How many of you have got bookings on your books? You're like, I'm excited and I've got ladies scheduled for makeovers. Let's see you. Yes, Libby, Laura does, Miss Sherry. Okay, looking for those hands. This is like an auction, right? Where you look. Okay, and I know Carly does too. Okay, if you have got 3 or more on the books, let's see your little fingers, 3 or more. Okay, Laura is doing that wave. Laura, Haley has to be careful driving. Sherry, okay. Carly, okay, who's got 5 or more? Keep waving if you're at 5 or higher. Laura is, Carly is. Okay, awesome. 6 up, 6 or more. Okay, all right, write down Miss Laura has 5 bookings. Awesome job, Miss Laura, 5 on the books. That's awesome. You're halfway to your 10. I'm excited. Way to go. That's awesome. Okay. Carly, what number are you at, hun? How many you got?
I have 11.
Bam. Okay. What we're going to do is we're going to have our queen share her top booking tip. And then, yes, Morgan's giving you hearts. I love that, Morgan. And then Laura, I'm going to have you share your top booking tip too, because 5 is awesome. So 5 and 11. So please share, Carly, your top booking tip.
One thing that I've been doing, especially like with people that I don't know or don't know as well, is just to make it super fun and down to earth with them. And obviously explain like, I'm a friend of so-and-so's, or this is what's going to go on for your facial, and just make it fun and personalized to them. And that's been working really, really well. And again, that Sunday night time is best.
Awesome, Carly. Congratulations. And I know that you're going
Thank
into
you.
VIQ the beginning of the month. And so we can't wait to hear about that. Okay, Laura, take it away, girl. What's your top tip?
My top tip is that I ask everyone. I have no pride whatsoever. Pride is out the door. I don't worry about the no, because a no is just this much of my time. Whereas if they say yes, then I'm going to be making money. And so that's my driving force, is just to keep going and not to be embarrassed, but just to keep plugging away. And honestly, people want to help me be successful. And so I'll say things like, I'm really trying my very best right now. I'm still new at this. I'm still in training. Could you help me with this? And they love to jump in and help. I've been very, very blessed with friends that just are kind and want to help me be successful. And yeah, that's it. I just don't be afraid to ask.
Laura, that I have never in my career heard anyone say, if it's a no, it just takes a minute of my time. But if it's a yes, it helps my business continue. And so y'all, don't you love being at your girls' night out? Sometimes it's just that little aha, right? That can help you pivot and shift to the next level. And for me, that was the aha so far tonight, Laura. What an emotionally strong way to process and think about the booking whole scenario instead of getting scared about it, is just, and to ask for help. And I think you guys, the word help is powerful. I booked an interview today with a customer of mine that's kind of an intimidating lady. She already owns a very big business in Rocky Mount and is highly successful. And I said, I would value your input on our business plan, because you're already a successful business owner. And I just said to her, I realize you may or may not be interested, but I'll make it worth your while. And you can choose one item of your choice at a discount for helping me. I'm in a contest and I want to win because I know that she's competitive and she wants me to win. And so she said, yes, I'll give you my time. And she just now, while we were on here, texted me and said the time that she would do. And y'all, you want to interview people like that because they may be interested. They have liaisons of other people, but if they're not, they can be a talent scout for you. And they may know someone who would be interested. And you never know, y'all, when people's lives may change. We've had 3 ladies come into our unit in the past little bit, and Carolyn's one of them. When we first shared with her, she was not doing it right now. And then all of a sudden she showed up on my screen as a new consultant. I'm like, wow, I'm excited. So you just never know. But if we don't plant seeds, we cannot likely expect a harvest. So trust the process. Write that down. Trust the process. Do your job, ask them for help, trust the process. And the other very, very important thing that I think that we've learned tonight from Carly and Laura so far is that they know their spiel. So what's your spiel? What are you going to say that you're like, when I say this, I feel empowered? When I say these words, I get a yes. If you feel gun shy about what you're doing, it's hard to get a victory and a win. So know what you're going to say and then roll with it and keep rolling with it unless you're not ever getting the results you want. And that's powerful. And then your conversations begin to be organic and feel very natural, and you do them over and over again. And repetition builds technique. So remember, repetition builds technique. So it's almost better to take an hour or half an hour or 20 minutes, like Carly's saying, and spend time booking because you get better at it and you're rolling and rolling. So that's just a little nugget from what we're hearing these ladies say. It's exciting. So last category, how many of you got new team members last week? You did interviews. We're going to talk about who got new team members. Wave if you got new team members. Libby did, Laura did, Carly did. Yes, we want all of you to unmute and we want you to share how many new team members you added. And then we want you to share where you met these team members. That's a great lesson there. So we're going to start out, Libby, unmute, Shug. We're going to start out with you tonight. And please share.
So I have one new team member. It is a friend who, excuse me, I met through college, and she reached out to me and wanted, she was a previous consultant and she wanted to get back into the business. And so she reached out to me and she signed up, and she's currently working on getting her inventory and all that. And so it's very exciting, and I'm very excited to have her on my team.
Yes, and Libby got her to do the $45 add-on sample packet. So I was just talking to her. Her name's Christine. She couldn't be on tonight because she's working. And what state is she in, Libby?
Indiana.
Indiana. So you guys, you can recruit anywhere. And she said, I'm excited to book because I've got that $45 sample pack. So way to go, Libby. I know now you're 2 away from red, I believe. So that's very, very exciting. I know that's what you want. So awesome. Okay, Laura, take it away, girl.
Hey, so I am so happy and excited to say that I recruited 2 of my coworkers from school. So I have Miss Johnson here, and then and I had been after her for a while, and finally I just looked at her and I said, "Listen here, Miss Johnson," I said, "look at these receipts that you've been spending with me." I said, "It just makes sense that you go ahead and become a consultant yourself. You could have already been a consultant by now." And then I have another coworker. Her name's Rebecca. She couldn't be on tonight. She's but she is also signed up. She did the $30 e-sign up. So that was interesting for me. And she's a very nice girl too. And I was just so excited. And it was such a boost to my self-esteem. And I'm just so happy to have them.
Absolutely. And Laura, you're just squeakers from being an original. Goodness, I'm fried. From being an official Red Jackets. We can't wait to see you there. We already see you there. It's so exciting. And Laura Thompson, I want you to wave. Laura is Laura Workman's bestie, and they both have the same even middle name, Laura Ann. So we're excited. And Laura Thompson just had her debut party and sold over 400. So I just wanted to, yes, Sherry's clapping for you. I wanted to cheer you on, Laura. Congratulations for having all those faces towards your perfect start. I'm really proud of you. I'm excited to see you move up too. So yes. Okay, Miss Carly, go for it, girl. Tell us about your team.
So I recruited my next door neighbor who is retired, and I just told her she loves the products. And so I called her yesterday or today. No, I sent her a video and I just explained like what she could get for joining my team and how she'd get her discount. And you thought you would have gave her $1 million, and she thought that was the best thing ever. And that's whose house Megan and I were just going over her first steps talk, and she was just so excited. So just talk to the people around you and just explain, you know, what they could get even for their discount. And she ended up ordering 600 and wasn't even planning on it. And so just ask the people around you.
So exciting. So ladies, if you haven't talked to your neighbors, you know, we're not like door to door people in Mary Kay, but I will tell you when I started, this was a long time ago, but I did knock on my neighbors' doors and I said, hey, we just moved in. I wanted to introduce myself. We don't meet our neighbors very often anymore. And I said, I live out 305 Jane Randolph, which is the original house where Megan grew up in. And I said, I wanted to introduce myself. I'm your neighbor. And I said, I also just started a Mary Kay business. I wanted my neighbors to know about it. And I said, we're doing muffins and makeovers at my house for fellowship on Saturday mornings at 10 to get to know each other. And I just want to pamper my neighbors and know you. And would you ever enjoy coming? And did you know it was the most natural thing? They didn't treat me weird. They said, we're so glad to meet our neighbor. They were all kind of like, we wish we still did this, and talked over the fence, if you will. And some of them didn't come over, but many of them did. And those were my first customers. And then the word got around. And did you know that right before this Zoom, one of my neighbors called me, and her name's Miss Kathy. And I was telling her, she was asking me about Megan's wedding. And she said, Audrey, you know, because she was one of those neighbors 2 doors down. She said, you know, I've known you over 20 years. I remember when you were strolling Megan in the triple stroller, because I had twins and Michael was 18 months old when the twins were born. So Peg Perigo made a stroller that literally was triple. I called it my buns of steel stroller because it was hard to push. And she said, I remember you strolling, and I've been your customer now for over 23 years. And so the story is apropos. It goes right with that. So just talk to your neighbors, be warm. And like Laura said, if they say no, 20 seconds of courage, who cares? But they might say yes, and they're right there around you. And what I would recommend, as I've learned more through the years, is to have a little coupon. Let's say that the name of your neighborhood is Boxwood neighborhood. You could say for the ladies of Boxwood Lane, or for the such and so subdivision ladies. And you could make a little coupon that says just for the ladies on so-and-so street, and just be creative, whatever you want your coupon to say, with your card, a book, whatever it looks like. If you want advice, ask your director. But really and truly, you guys, the world is opening up. Maybe women need a little love. Maybe they need a little lip gloss coupon. You know, maybe they need a charcoal mask sample with a sponge wedge, and say, hey, we've all been under our masks. This pulls the gunk out. And I just wanted to bless you today. For me, I have the gift of giving. So I feel more confident if I can give a little gift. It makes me feel better. So whatever it takes for it to be you, but I just encourage you to do that. Okay. So what we're going to do now, y'all, is we're going to start our training. And we just had the privilege, you might have seen some pictures on Facebook, of having a leadership retreat at our lake home with some ladies who were given a challenge and were invited. And these ladies worked very hard to attend this event. And so we're just going to have them share some of their highlights. And I want you to really get your date book filled, because we're going to be doing this again. And we're going to do it probably every quarter for ladies that qualify. And so we're going to go in alphabetical order. So I believe that will be Carly is going to be first, Alan, and then Miss Sherry. Are we going to go by Satterwhite, Amy, instead of Booth? Yes. So then Miss Sherry, you would be next, I believe. RS. I'm saying my neighbor. Okay. Haley. I can't even say my alphabet. Is R before S? Dear Lord, help me. Q.
Yes.
Okay. Thank you. Excuse me. I've been out of school for a minute. Okay. Haley will be next. Amy will be next, and Miss Laura will wrap us up. So just grab your pens, and ladies, we want you to share what you learned, highlights like that, and then anything that you caught, just the spirit of it, the feeling of it, anything you want to share. So go ahead and take it away, Carly.
So one of my favorite things about this weekend was something that Joyce actually taught on, and it was just about vision and just like, what are your goals and where are you headed? And I love this because I feel like without a vision or a dream, you don't know where you're going. And so it just, if you have a vision, you can just line everything up and just focus on that. And she had us take a piece of paper that had like a really tiny hole in it, and we held it up, and all we could focus on was that one thing. And there was an anchor like up on the mantle of the fireplace, and all you could see through that piece of paper was the anchor. And I just wrote down a few things that I just wanted to share about that really changed my perspective on it. And so one of the things she talked about, especially in regards to like moving up and recruiting and all of that, is making it all about the woman that you're in front of. And so one thing that changed her life was how Megan and Audrey were just talking with her, and how they kept saying like, I want everyone to meet you, versus the other way around of like, I want you to meet everyone. You know, focusing on her made the world of a difference. And she went to seminar, and now she's a director. So the little words that you can be saying of, once you find your vision, then how are you bringing about the different steps to get to your goal? Another thing that I love that she had us do was to dream about a place that we wanted to go on vacation, or, you know, we could see ourselves going to in a few years. So mine was Mexico, and I just got married last year, and I would love to go on like another honeymoon there. So I picture myself like on the beach and in Mexico. And then she said, apply that with your dream and Mary Kay. So if that's a director, imagine yourself in your director suit. If that's red jacket, imagine yourself in red jacket. And how when you see it in your mind and in your head, that will come to fruition, because that's your one goal. Like that piece of paper, when you focus on the anchor, that's what you were focusing on. That's where you were going. And that was like revolutionary for me, because sometimes it can be so noisy of you have all these things going on in your life and your business and just in general. And so that kind of just hones in on one thing. If there's nothing else that I'm going to do, it's going to be that. And the way that you get there is through bookings. And so that's something that I just really loved. And last thing that I just wanted to share was, this also was like revolutionary for me too. Again, like I've probably heard it a million times, but the way that it was just explained this weekend was really good, about how when we do the work, we need to give the Lord something to bless. And if we're not doing anything, then why would he bless it if, you know, we're not going to put in the effort for it? So do the work and give the Lord something to bless. And I was like, wow, that's awesome. Like just giving the Lord the opportunity to just show up really big and to show up really big for our goals. And so that's just all I wanted to share on vision, but I was so grateful to be there and just so excited for the next one.
Yes, Carly. And that the next one, Megan and I were talking today, you're going to be sharing as a new car driver, new director. We just know it. And so at the next one, you guys, that's what we have planned, is that we will not be the only speakers, because you guys are going to be sharing how you moved up. So get ready, because you're going to do it. I'm excited. So yay.
Thank
Yay,
you.
Carly. You're welcome. That was awesome. All righty.
Good job, Carly. That was awesome. And you kept talking, so I was like, okay, you're going to steal everything I was going to say. So, no, it was just a impactful weekend. Just so many different things that were said and shared that just really you could take to heart. The one that was a couple of things that really just spoke to me and kind of stands out in my mind. And I think Audrey said this one. She has a lot of good little clips of little sayings, and you're just like, oh wow. A made-up mind dismisses fear, and really, you can, whatever you set your mind to, you can do. So she told us one story, and I'm not going to go through the story, but when Megan was younger, the word was enough. At what point are you going to say, okay, enough of just half-hearted doing what I'm doing? When are you going to say enough with the fear? Enough, so it comes down to, when is it enough, and when are you going to make up your mind? And then when you make up your mind, that dismisses those fears that you have. And then, of course, Joyce, she said so many great things as well. And she related it a lot to scripture. And she said, be bold. And why don't we worry about what men say? Shouldn't we worry about what God says? And with that, she shared this with Haley, and then Haley shared it with me. And I was like, that is so good. But it goes with her little statement about vision, making up your mind. It said the acronym for goals. So, because we're always talking about setting a goal, what's your goal? G is get with God. And Audrey always talks about, praying for your business. Someone even said it, pray for yourself in the businesses too. So get with God. Obedience is the O. Joyce really talks about, for such a time as this, we're called. So are we obeying that calling? We are ministering to people all in different ways, but we should be obedient to that calling. A is action. L is log it, track it. I've always, with Megan, I'm a little hesitant about the logging thing, but we're going to be talking this week, and maybe that will give me maybe I do need to log it and track it. So that's just a learning experience. And then S is share. So goals, get with God, obedience, action, log it, and share. So I thought that was real powerful. So I thought that might help you all as well.
Yay, Sherry. That is awesome. I love it. Megan, I just love her. Oh my goodness. Great memories with you, Sherry. Loved our time on the front porch. It was amazing. Yes, love. That's a great Zoom motion thing. We need to keep doing that. Okay.
Is it my turn?
Haley, you look great in red.
Thank you. Well, that's my goal, so that's good to hear. Well, Carly and my mom have both kind of touched on things that I was planning to talk on, so I was sitting here rereading in my brain. So Joyce's conversation that I had with her obviously was about goals and vision, and that's one of the reasons we got to choose the directors we wanted to meet with, and that's one of the reasons I wanted to meet with her, because I'm not very good at goal setting and setting a vision for myself. And I was very honest with her. I was like, it's because I have a fear of failure. So I don't want to set a goal and then not meet it and then have that feeling weighed on me. So that was one of the big conversations that she had with me. And one of the great things that I love about getting to meet with all these women is one of the first things they always say to me is, well, have you prayed about it? And, that's always a good question for us to ask if we ever set a goal, if there's something we want. Have we prayed about it? And that's one of the big reminders that each person I talk to has asked me, whether it was at the level of leadership or any of the training I've had one-on-one with Audrey or Megan, those sort of things. So that was one of the big reminders that kept getting put in my head this weekend. And then the other one that really impacted me was Lynn's lesson on positivity.
positivity and things like that is one of my weaknesses, and I'm very open about that because I want a lot of help with it to fix it. And she gave a great visual about a jar, and the visual was it fills with rocks, and these rocks are our different challenges and things that we're facing, things that the world puts onto our minds and into our lives, and how those weigh on us, and how there continues to be more and more room in this jar, whether it's the small things, big things. But then, of course, there's always room for the water. She used water as the visual of our positivity. We can always coat all those troubles with positivity, turn them, and know that we're going to get through them, which was really a big thing for me because my mind tends to lean towards the more negative, and I kind of weigh on those things. So it was really good to have that conversation. I met with her as well to talk about what it means to turn the negative thoughts into positive thoughts and how to train your brain to do those kind of things, which I believe Audrey and Megan have been working with me on that for months. So it kind of keeps getting reaffirmed in me. So positivity, I've seen it in other people's lives, and I'm seeing it in my own, as that is something that has grown in me, how impactful that can be on your business. And then, of course, other people feed off of that. So the attitude that you have is positive. So if I go into an appointment and I'm excited and I believe in my business, then of course people are going to feed off of that. They're going to buy from me and they're going to join my team. So that was probably the biggest thing I took out of this weekend.
That's awesome, Haley. I love that. Yes.
Hey, I think I'm next. There were so many things this weekend that just really spoke to me. And the jar and the rocks and just all these things that weigh us down every day, the importance of prayer before you start anything, to give it to God, just to help empower you to do his work and what's good for us. So, but there were several like clippets that I got that I just wanted to share. Lynn talked about swimming in your own lane. We get in our head sometimes. We feel like, oh, well, we started at the same time and she's already, in DIQ, or she's a red jacket. What's going on with me? And you really have to try to keep from those negative thoughts and just, pray and do what's right for you at the time. And, just do the best you can. Everybody's situation is different, and God is going to bless us regardless of how fast or slow or, where we are in our business. We just have to trust in him, that, he's got it, and that we're just doing this because this is what we've been called to do. And I don't remember who said this. Audrey, you might be able to help me, but the next 4 to 6 months, I think Joyce might have said this, the next 4 to 6 months of your life, the work that you put into that can affect the next 5 to 10 years. So having a goal, knowing, what your vacation plan or what you want to do in 10 years from now, if you put in the work now, you will reap those rewards later, and your life will pivot and it will go in the direction, that is supposed to go in if you spend that time. And then Audrey, I think you said this, I'm not sure, but what's uncomfortable, being broke or having 20 seconds of courage when you ask someone else, if they can help you meet this goal in your business? The fear can overwhelm you. You just have to get in there and just do it. Don't talk to yourself about why you shouldn't or what's gonna be the problem with it. Just do it, what the program says to do, and it's gonna lead you in the right direction. And of course, Megan's warm chatting, I can't describe it because she's so animated and so good at what she does, but you just have to get out there and just be brave enough to meet someone that you've never talked to and just show them that excitement. So Megan, thank you for that. I appreciate that. So I hope I didn't take them all, but that was a few of them.
No, y'all are doing an awesome job, and it's okay if we have a couple repeats.
Yeah.
But we did film Megan's class, and so I'm downloading that to YouTube, and we will send you all the link. It was epic. So you do have that to look forward to, ladies, and she is a master at it. So
She is talented, yes.
yes.
Unmute. I try. Okay, am I unmuted? All right. All right, ladies, it's so hard to be the last one because you used so many wonderful examples. But one of the things that impressed me the most is that Mary Kay is a sisterhood. And so when I went, there were many of you that I only knew through Zoom. And you wouldn't think that I would feel as though I knew you all as well as I do. But I really felt like I knew you, and I had the opportunity to grow and learn more about you, and to pick your brains about what are some things that is, I guess, a way that you have tried something that maybe I haven't thought of that is successful for you. And so I think just having the opportunity to be around other women who were loving and kind and supportive, because for myself, I've always struggled with self-confidence and feeling as though I fit in. And I didn't feel that way at all this weekend. I felt as though I was loved on and lifted up and supported by every single lady there. And that's powerful. That is so powerful when you turn to your left and you turn to your right, and everywhere around you, someone is rooting for you. And I've never had that in my life, where I have just felt so supportive and loved on. And I think I even told Audrey at one point, I said, I didn't know. And she said, what? And I said, I just didn't know. And she said, you didn't know what? And I said, I didn't know how awesome I was until all of these other ladies told me I was awesome. And so that was very powerful for me, and an important part of the weekend. And then, of course, we had classes by so many wonderful ladies that were so wise beyond their years, so experienced. They knew what they were talking about. And I just felt like it was an opportunity to learn and to grow and to soak up knowledge. And as a teacher, that's what I do for a living. I import the knowledge, but it was so great to have that opportunity. And then on Saturday, we were able to sign up for all these different directors, and we were able to learn about them on Friday and learn what their strengths were, so that we could then determine which ladies we wanted to sign up with. And then we could determine, well, I want to sign up with Megan, because Megan is great with warm chatting. She's great with makeup. And I actually looked at Megan, and I probably scared her to death, but I said, Megan, I want you to be brutally honest. Tell me about my look. How can I improve my look? I want to be the consummate professional. I want people to look at me and say, wow, her makeup looks great, and I want to look like her. And she did a great job. She was brutally honest with me in a very kind way, and made me feel even more confident. I am contouring, ladies. I am 47 years old, almost 48. Never thought in a million years that I would be contouring, yet here I am, contoured. And so that was great too, that I was able to talk to all these different ladies, and I could look at them and see they're no different than I am. They're just a girl that wants to make the world a better place, that wants to make her family's future better. I'm the same as they are, and anything they can do, if that's on my list, then I can make that dream happen too. And one of the things that we did, we were given pillowcases, and we were told to decorate our pillowcases with our dreams. Wow. I actually had to sit down and thoroughly think through, well, what are my dreams? I would say, well, just generic things. I would say, well, I want to travel. Well, where do you want to travel specifically? And so I was asked to specifically name out each and every one of my dreams. And when you name them, when you write them down, they're real. And when they're real, they're attainable. And so that's something that I, I thought was very powerful and moving and inspiring. So I had a great time. I would do it all over again in a heartbeat. And I suggest everyone, when we are told what our goal is, do whatever you can to meet that goal. Because Megan's talk on warm chatting inspired me so much that when my husband and I went to the mall Sunday, I walked up to a lady I'd never seen before and I said, "Hey, you look great." I said, "And I know you're going to think I'm crazy, and maybe I am, but my name's Laura and I'm a Mary Kay consultant, and I would love to give you a one-on-one facial complimentary. I would love to include you in my portfolio." I said, "You just look so nice and so well put together." She gave me her phone number, y'all. And I walked away and I thought, well, I kind of bumbled that a little bit. And I know my husband probably thought I was crazy, but it worked. I got her phone number. And he looked at me afterwards. And the whole time I'm a little bit embarrassed because he's standing back behind me and I'm thinking, oh, he probably thinks this is, just something crazy that I'm doing. And he looked at me afterwards and he said, "I'm so proud of you. You were so great. It took so much courage to do that. And that woman really liked you. People like you, dear." And it's just, I know that he's my biggest cheerleader, but it's still really nice to hear it. And it was great. It was so inspiring. So thank you, Megan, for your warm chat. Thank you for being a great big stick of dynamite in a little teeny tiny body. And you're so powerful, and I can't wait to learn more from you. Thank you.
Love working with teachers. You guys, Sherry and Haley, y'all say so much in a short space so articulately. And so, ladies, great job. And what we want to do to finish this up is we want to close with this. If you're thinking, wow, I would love to be part of something like that, we'll give you a little secret. Get bookings on your books because you must qualify to attend. And so we're going to be having another one, and the lake house only holds so many folks and it's intimate. And so just get bookings on your books because we will be continuing this. Now, before we run tonight, Laura, I want for you to privately ask Andrea if she would mind if I asked her just a couple questions, something like, what would you like to know about the Mary Kay business as part of training tonight as we finish, so I could answer a couple questions, but I don't want to put her on the spot if she doesn't want to answer. She just came as a guest. So ask her really quick if she minds if we do that in closing, just a couple questions. And then if so, unmute and let me know what her verdict is.
Ladies, give her a big round of applause, because at first she was like, "I just came as a guest. Don't put me on the spot." And I'm like, yeah. "Oh, you can do it. It'll be great. We're all friends."
And Andrea, listen, just so that you can kind of relax, you don't have to sign anything or do anything right now. We just want these ladies to be able to have some training with a real person. And so I just wanted to ask you a couple questions. And the first one is, are you using Mary Kay products now?
No, I am not.
Okay. All right. That's okay. What made you decide to join us and check this out tonight?
Well, I am interested from the words of Carolyn. She has brought it up to my attention and just explained how she came about, how she got to this point, and it's motivational. It's inspiring. So just learning more about it.
Yes. Well, what would you most want to know or need to know about owning a Mary Kay business in order to make a yes decision?
Just all around everything from the products to the selling to um, the background of it, of the business. Overall, everything. Just learning more about the business itself.
That was
Okay.
Mhm.
Okay, well, I'm going to cover that for you just really quick. Mary Kay got started in 1963, Andrea, by a lady. Did you know there was a lady named Mary Kay, Ash?
I kind of knew about that one, yes.
Yeah, some people don't know. So there's a real lady, and she started our company with the philosophy of keeping God first, family second, career third, because back then there were very little opportunities for ladies. And she wanted us to be able to have flexibility and keep what was most important to us, but also have a career and a place where we could make income. And so she chose cosmetics because they're recession proof and women love to keep buying them, and for the comeback factor of reorders and relationships. And then the way that we make money, and I'm going to grab a product, excuse me, is whatever we buy for $1, we sell for $2, Andrea. So essentially we double our money. So today my daughter Megan was here, and one of her customers reordered the Voluform set, which is a $210 set. And it's somebody that she'd given a makeover to months ago. So she made $105 for that reorder for a lady just saying, hey, I would like to have some more. And the way that we conduct our business is just like that. So we make money through reorders when people order more. And also when Miss Laura and I met Miss Carolyn, Carolyn bought product that night, and that happened at a party. So you can also do it if you have a party or a one-on-one makeover with your friends. And what we have found from the Hispanic Latino community is that you can reach people that those who do not speak your language cannot reach. And that is so exciting. It's like you have a niche and an opportunity that kind of like nobody else can compete with. And so that's the reason that we've been praying for someone in your area, just a side note. And then the other way that we make money is through team building. And Miss Carolyn has 3 tickets at the beginning of her business, and they're called Bring Your Besties. And so her first 3 team members can get their starter kit for $25 off. And Althea, I want you to scooch around and get me that second bag that has a roll-up bag in it. I'm going to make you come every night. You're like Vanna. And so I'm going to show you what comes in that kit. The middle, no, the one to the, yeah, just grab that whole entire bag and bring it. Thank you. And so the starter kit is, it's $130, and it includes all of the products in this roll-up bag. And I know that right now you're new to Mary Kay, but it's 2 miracle sets, and Miss Laura and Carolyn will show you what that is. But it's our skincare that costs $110. If you were a customer and you get 2 of them in there. And then it's 5 CC creams, which you would wear shade medium to deep, probably. They'll tell you about that. They're awesome. And then it's an eye makeup remover, mascara, translucent powder, and then our satin hand set. And then you also get a bag with a lot of training materials and more demos, even, and samples in this, and mirrors. And so this is worth $364. So it's a $130 kit. You also get your website for a year for free. And you also get ProPay, which is a tool that allows you to accept credit card payment from a lady and get the money deposited into the checking account that you designate. And so those things are worth almost $80, those additional things. And you would receive all of that for $105 plus tax and shipping if you decide you'd like to start it. And then to answer kind of your third question, about what it takes. If you want to get inventory to keep on hand, you can. It's optional and it's recommended, but not required. And you can start with a little store, a medium store, or a big store, or no store at all. So I decided to start my business with kind of a small store. I was 25 when I started. And so everybody chooses something a little bit different from the next one, but that's what it takes. And we don't have quotas, Andrea, which I love, because I think that women really love to buy, but they hate to be sold or been like, I don't know about you, but I don't like pushy people. And so that's why I like this, is because I can really help a customer and keep their needs first. And just, we have 3 children. And so I've had flexibility for all these years too, Andrea. So hopefully I answered your questions. Is there anything else that you want to know, or anything else that came to mind?
So I'm definitely interested.
Mhm.
I think I just want to like get to know the products. I
Yes.
think I would start off by buying some products and just trialing on and go from there. So no questions as of right now. I'm sure once I get more involved, I'll write them down and make sure to ask them.
Absolutely. Well, thank you for being our guinea pig tonight and letting me share with you. And I'm glad you're interested. I think you'd be great. And I do have one quick question so I can customize your gift. Is your skin combo to oily or normal to dry?
It's a combo.
Okay.
Mostly, I don't really use makeup. But if I were to buy like a foundation, it would be combo to oily.
Gotcha. Okay. So you're more into skincare than makeup, right?
I switched, yes. Yeah, I'm
Okay.
more into skincare now.
Okay, awesome. Well, you were in great hands with Laura and Ms. Carolyn. They will help you to find some products, and maybe y'all can wash your face tonight with it and go home with a few things to try. And then we just appreciate you being here, and just thank you. And then I'll be mailing you a gift, and they'll send me your address. So I'll send you a little present in the mail tomorrow.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Thank you.
You're so welcome, hon. You're so welcome. Okay, ladies. Well, thank you so much for being on. Remember that next week is our area-wide Girls Night Out. Invite customers just like Andrea to come and listen, maybe people that you facialed or you want them to hear about the opportunity. Let them know that you are in a contest and you want to win, because you do. You want to have the most interviews, and that they can come. We'll try our very best to keep it right at an hour like we did tonight. We're doing better. Tell them it might be an hour and 15 minutes. And then all of our directors, if you all bring guests, we will send them a gift. Because if we were at a meeting in person like we used to do, I always had a little gift, even if it was chocolates. Don't worry, Andre, I'm not going to mail chocolates in the mail. They'll melt. So you get better stuff. You get product. Yay. So, and you know, anyway.
I'll give her some chocolate here tonight.
Yeah, that's right. Laura and me are like chocolate. We're like crazy about our chocolate. So, and to all of our teachers, thank you so, so much, ladies, for what you shared. Y'all did a beautiful job. And I just treasure our memories that we had this weekend. Today in my kind of empty house after Megan left, I was sad for a minute. I'm like, all the people are gone. What? I don't know if y'all felt that way. I'm like, camp is over. Oh, Mary Kay camp. So, but we have that to look forward to again. So thank you all for being here and for sharing. And thank you, Althea, for being here. And she and I are going to get to hang out for a few minutes now. So we're going to stop this recording. I did take a picture as we were going. And Miss Carolyn, I'll be in touch with you. We welcome you. Thank you so much for joining us tonight. And so we're excited. So we're going to stop this recording and we're going to say bye-bye to everybody. Okay.